Yeah, I'll do a couple more of these Norm on Dennis Miller tonight. Um, just a couple more because it's midnight now. But yeah, um, Norm on Dennis Miller. Let's go.
We are about to be joined by a comedy genius, legitimate, 4 stars, my highest approval rating, if I am to be the David Horowitz of comedy, give the ratings. I've always thought he was a genius. I met him when he was younger, but I remember the true moment where I thought this guy is an absolute genius. He used to do a parody of Letterman, which was so side-splittingly insightful and funny on Saturday Night Live, and my favorite moment was he had somehow gleaned that Letterman was so ill at ease with being Letterman that immediately, he might not do it now, but way back when, the millisecond the show was over, Letterman would take his jacket off and almost fling it and flee the stage. And that was Norm's payoff on the bit. And I remember seeing it and thinking, that is one of the most brilliant comedy moments that I had seen in a long time. Norm!
Man, I found out you and I like the same guy.
Why is that?
It's like two girls talking.
So we're the same guy because we're like two girls talking.
No, they would say you and I like the same guy,
Exactly.
It's Dennis. It's Brian Regan. I mean.
Oh yeah. Jesus.
Isn't that guy amazing? I've been talking about him forever, and like all these other bad guys get TV shows.
Right.
And he's the funniest guy ever, and he's on the road. But now he's doing big arenas and stuff.
Yeah, something's going to happen there, Norm, because it's like Tim Allen. Remember, Tim used to fill the arenas, then the next thing you know, he got his payoff. That's going to happen with Regan. Does anybody make you laugh hard? I mean, I'm in danger when I watch him.
Oh, no, it's crazy. And he's the kind of guy you want to bring people to,
Well, Norm, you have that in you.
It's impossible to be so funny and not dirty, so...
Well, you have that in you. You were the most booked guest I had on my 9-year run on HBO because... You used to just kill me, man. You have that ability to waste me. So.
Oh my God.
Well, you remember you were on the last show. Actually, you played a swearing man of the future.
Oh, that show was funny, man. That Dennis Miller show. Remember that show? You remember, of course.
Just a young kid with a dream. I was there for most of them.
You had the coolest jobs ever, like a half hour a week.
I know.
Where you just got to be yourself and talk.
I know. They got on to me eventually. Now I'm doing 3 hours.
Night football, all of a sudden, like some crazy dream happens. Oh, my God. Meanwhile, I'm on the Norm show.
A fever dream.
Meanwhile, I'm over on A Minute with Stan Hopper.
You know what show I would like to see you host, Norm? And this is the God's truth. I would like to see you host Catch a Predator. I see that as being a good medium for you. What's your thoughts on the To Catch a Predator show?
Oh, no, you just brought that up because I was telling that guy earlier I was thinking of that show, To Catch a Predator.
Well, thank you for unfolding my conceit here. I was trying to get you into the area that you wanted to talk about.
That was like a crazy coincidence because I just talked to that Christian dude about that.
Jesus, Norm, could you diffuse this anymore?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was a setup. I was putting the ball on the tee. I'm Cheech Marin.
Nice.
Now go ahead, knock it off.
You're like Ed McMahon.
Yeah, exactly. Until you exposed me.
Remember when Ed would go, this is the funniest thing, is when Johnny would have all the periodicals,
Right.
They'd show all the periodicals. Unbelievable that there could be so many, they have one on hunting and one on fishing. And then Ed McMahon would go, I'm glad you brought those. Because you brought every magazine that there could be on this subject. Every magazine on the subject of hunting is here in this pile. There's not a magazine that isn't.
And then Carson would come in with some sort of rejoinder and take it back.
He would use if it was a hunting thing, he'd go, you were wrong.
Yes, you were wrong, Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd breath. I thought it'd be funny if it was a 911 tape. Remember when Carson had the heart attack?
Right.
This seemed funnier to me when he was still alive, But he had that heart attack if there was like a 911 tape, because they have them on everywhere now,
Yes.
And it was Johnny Carson phoning, and he was like, how do you feel, sir? And he's like, I feel like I have a yak on my chest.
You are correct, sir. Tell me about
Dana and Johnny doing those guys, because that was before I was in show business. I just watched you guys on TV do it.
Right.
When they did the Carson, I love that they do them different than they really are. You know what I mean? Like that they'd play Ed McMahon like a very in control guy, you know, that talked back to Carson. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And mocked him.
Right.
That was really funny.
Phil. Well, that was Phil's instinct to do
Yeah.
that, and you know, who was
To make it
funnier
funny.
than Phil? No, so you don't want to talk about the Predator thing?
Ah, yeah, man, to catch a predator. No, I was just.
They told me, they said Norm wants to talk about Predator, and all of a sudden I'm at a Carson Wake here. Are you sad about Johnny's
but
loss?
That's misrepresenting it too, because then people will think, you know, Norm's phoning going, hey, can I talk at all about the Predator thing?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It wasn't on your mind. I kind of put it there. Do you have any ad-lib thoughts on it?
It's not going to be funny now.
All right. You know what I've done to you? It's like Jerry Lewis with Charlie Callis with the
I
Duck
know,
Hunter joke.
exactly. I have to come.
All right, then let me throw you a curve and see what else you go. What about OJ or Mike Vick? You got anything on either of them?
Yes.
Okay, then this is complete coincidence. This is the most insane coincidence of all.
These are two big topics in the news. I thought I'd just throw them out there and see if you had any observations.
No, I'm just kidding. What were the ones? Michael Vick was. No, I was just saying that. You know, obviously I'm against. I do stand-up. You know, stand-up comedy.
Sure you do.
And by the way, I'll be at. Can I plug something?
Go. You can use the rest of the segment for a plug.
Because I'm not doing any stand-up. But anyway. But when I go to the club, I went to the club and I thought of the idea about that Michael Vick. First of all, you love football, obviously, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, sure. I go way back with football and cockfighting. You know.
Exactly. So you'll say that and Michael Vick was the most exciting player in football. He could change a team by himself.
Yes. Well, that's a solid observation.
That's what's so sad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The dogfighting's sad too, but if it was just some guy, that was played in football like a third-string quarterback, it wouldn't be that sad. So, but Michael Vick, obviously, it hurt him. It hurt his fans, it hurt the whole sport of dogfighting.
So you think it's brought dogfighting down?
I tried to say that like Drake.
It's kind of.
Dogfighting.
Can we talk about Drake?
But listen, man, Vic, can you imagine? Here's something to think about. Imagine if you were a dog living in a dog kennel. You ever been in those? Pound?
Sure.
That's your house?
Right.
So they suck, right? They're the worst houses ever.
Bad.
So the dog will go anywhere, and dogs love everyone. So they're just sitting in their horrible place, and, the guy, an old bald guy comes in and wants to bring you home, and you're all happy. Normally you're not, right?
Yeah, sure.
So imagine you're sitting there and you're like, hey, guys, man, you're not going to believe this, but we got adopted, all of us got adopted, and you were not going to believe for a second who it was. And they're like, who? Was it that bald guy from earlier today? No, it wasn't no bald guy. Think left-hander, Atlanta. It was Michael Vick. That's who it was. Now get out of here. That's who's our new owner. They're excited. You see?
Very pumped up, the dogs.
They're pumped up. They're like, you're kidding me. I'm trying to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and they go, wow, they're in the house. Everything's exciting. They were just in a pound. Now they're at Michael Vick's house. They couldn't be more excited. They hit the jackpot. And they're walking through the house going, man, I've never seen so many TVs. And then, later it's not so good. When the other guys tell them,
Right.
When the other guys go, listen, he's a good, Michael Vick's a complicated character. And I love Michael Vick. Ralph will tell you. But, yeah.
Ralph is the other dog.
The other dog. He's talking, how the dogs talk and they have names.
Sure, and they go.
Ralph will tell you, I said Vic is the best thing to happen to football in forever. But on the other hand, he electrocuted me last week. So I have mixed feelings with Vic. This is one thing about the Michael Vick thing. He electrocuted them, which was awful, and shot them, right?
Right.
And then in one of them, he strangled them.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I was saying, as heinous as this seems, that one part, him strangling a pit bull dog,
yeah,
seems not so heinous. It seems kind of brave, if that's all he ever did. And, I'm sure Michael Vick's hands are really strong with Pitbull's neck.
Well, Norm, when I see the nuances you've peeled back on the Vic story, I could only send you a big, hearty hail thank you that you dodged the To Catch a Predator question.
Well, that's the one I wanted to talk
Because I have no idea where that was.
So you have no time on the show anymore, so you can't talk about it?
Well, do you want to stay for a segment?
What?
I'm going to take a commercial. Can you stay?
I wouldn't mind telling you that to catch a predator and see if you'll laugh. I know you didn't laugh at all at that one.
Norm, listen. When I'm in the presence of greatness, I simply sit and I listen. Hang on to the Predator story till after this. Dennis Miller Show. Two things. I was wondering where Sal was.
Let me pause there because I need to go to sleep. I'm tired. But I do want to hear you catch a predator, so I'll do that tomorrow. But these two are good together. They're a good double act. But yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.